What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Testing 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Actually, audio check. Audio check. I cannot hear anything on the beats.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. It's everybody love JuJu 1 2 Talk Troops. Welcome to the voice of reasoning and um, the voice of what do I call myself? The voice of women's hoops, storyteller, content creator, um, former hooper, and track star, and I'm All American and Hall of Famer, Northern California. Coming to you right now, live. You see the title: USC Women's Basketball, No Fear Zone. And we'll talk about JuJu Watkins at the USC training camp along with all other things training camp. Looked really good today. I saw they're just posting all over Twitter. I don't know if it's showing up anywhere else, what's going on in that world of the USC training camp at Durham, North Carolina. Duke. Coach Carter Lawson was present. Um, all the stars that you knew that were going to be from the WNBA, as well as two college hoopers, Lauren Betts and Judy Watkins. To start talking a little bit about that, because I'd like to see if I can get a panel here or some chat folk that want to talk about or hear my take on the, um, I guess, expectations or what have you of tomorrow's matchup between the number one USC Trojans against the number one team in the country, UConn Huskies. Really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. So today was the first day of training camp, which is really cool. Um, Everyone is excited. They had a lot of pics on. Hey, RC. They had a lot of pics of JuJu. I got to see Caitlin a lot and how she's doing with her body and her movements and stuff. Paige and Angel, and I'm just gonna tell everybody. I saw Kelsey. I saw uh, Veronica. I think what I see else I see in the car. I saw Bree on the court. What's going on, Louie? So yeah, it was good. You know, I could see JuJu just being a sponge. She was just sitting there, like just watching it and soaking up. Even got up and gave high five to Paige and so on and so forth. So um, this is a great experience for her to be there. But I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just gonna talk since I got you guys in my chat now. I'll move on to talk about the game tomorrow. But I just wanted to tell you my thoughts. Um, it's great exposure for JuJu. It's great familiarity for like people. It's obvious you got the National Player of the Year, College Player of the Year last year, and you got the Defensive Player of the Year last year. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was a great move to bring JuJu there because right now she got interviewed. She talked. She said, she can dribble, she can shoot, she work on her handles and things like that. But more importantly, um, you're crazy to think that you don't think that young lady will be in the lineup or be a top prospect as to one of the guards because it's by 2028. My opinion is changing of the guards. Oh, sweetheart, it's changing of the guards. Somebody gonna have to move over. You in LA too? Oh, you gonna have to move over for JuJu Watkins. Paige, you may have to slide over, and you and Caitlin be the point. We're not going back to the olden days where this color is the only thing that's going to be representing the United States, honey, child. No, we're not doing that. So, all right. I wanted to jump on the other day with you after the game. How's everyone looking out there? Pretty good. The way I see UConn SoCal game on radar. I'm here for the beat down on Watkins, though. Kennedy, Sarah. You see how hyped I'm in. I know. And it's cool because, Washu, it's cool. What's up, Washu? Long time no see. It's cool because you better do what you got to do this year. And I'm not even like counting this out last year because it's on any given day. Okay, it's on any given day, and it's like, but I think it's offensive for someone to ever think that they would beat us by 40. I would think that we were just. I would blame finals this week. I would blame. We had a week off. Like I would just blame. Like we were just totally scared. Damn well no Malia ain't scared. No, Kennedy ain't scared. I don't think Jazzy would be nervous. I think she gotten out a lot of that nervousness out of her. Kara's a senior. London's a senior. Gerda don't give a damn. She don't know them. Viv has played them before. So I don't know. Ju, why is it that Chelsea has to try out? You already know. Chelsea she need to try out. She would want to try out. She would want to. They actually, if I'm not mistaken, they played World Cup in March. So you would probably need her there just for her experience and leadership. And no telling like how Caitlin is feeling. Like I really don't know like how she's doing. I think that her, Paige, Veronica, Kelsey can handle it. You know what I mean? Without Chelsea. Chelsea gonna be a little step behind, in my opinion. Sorry. No way USC wins. Hey, stranger things have happened, right? Stranger things have happened. So here's my thoughts. I kind of came up with an idea of what I thought if you guys can take what I say and then let's watch the game. What I was thinking, who would guard who? I know you guys are curious, right? So I wrote it down. Give me a sec. Okay. I think Kennedy should guard. I know everybody probably says Kennedy on AZ, right? How many of y'all think Kennedy? You think I would say Kennedy on AZ? And I think some of the time that's not a bad thought. But I could see Kennedy on Sarah, especially if Sarah decides to play top of the key off into like I've seen her play at the top of the key, like a guard, right? So I said, you said that? You said that too? You said Kennedy on Sarah? Okay. That would be an interesting. I was gonna say Kara if she wanted to, if Sarah was down low, but I think I'm gonna go with that. I think Jazzy would have an easier time on AZ because AZ is a set side shooter, and that can give her enough rest on her that as soon as AZ pulls her traditional set shot, Jazzy just takes off for the transition. Okay, Jazzy should take off. That's how I would do it because Jazzy's a finisher, so that can help neutralize and negate her wanting to pull that three. Then you got the little sneaky inconsistent shade that we never know if she's hot or she's not hot, right? This is just defensively. Malia, I'm not worried about with KK. Not worried about. Okay, you got Kara. Kara's like the power forward, right? So if she drops down into the paint, whatever Sarah does, she can help Gerda. She can help Viv. She can help Laura with Big Sarah Williams, right? So that's AZ, that's KK, that's Shade, that's Sarah, and Sarah. And to be honest, what I would do if I was the Trojans, if they get behind, go to a zone. And that's what Michigan did. If you remember in the Michigan game, when they were down like 25-2, something crazy in the first quarter, right? And the game ends up being lost by one possession after after UConn was up 20 points, right? Anytime that Michigan was down, they went into a zone. On top of that, they did a press. And then that's when you saw the loose handles, the turnovers that were occurring with UConn. That's easy for us to do that, right? That plays right into our style of game. Now, offensively, who can stop Taz? Hmm? Who can, if London gets hot, which she will need to be, and Kara, who stops her? Kitty defends the opposition's best threat. So the opposition's best threat, while she was already determined, so the group here is already determined, let her play Sarah, especially if Sarah is up top. Thanks for the insight. I had no idea that it was gonna that's what was going on with Michigan. Michigan went into a zone, and that's where I saw a chink in their armor, and that's how they came back. And if you make AZ put it on the ground and have to move, she's not a greatest shooter off of that, in my opinion. She's not as great as she is being a set shot shooter. Michigan better with their system. So if you go to CC Clay's, let's talk USC basketball. She does this one show where she does the analytics, and she talks about how much does in the Big Ten, who holds what team to what on the offensive boards, on the defensive board, offensively and defensively. And there was at one point there was like Michigan was, I think us and Michigan were right near each other, which in a certain category. And I apologize that I'm not ready to tell you what category it was, but defensive category. And I think it was, and I was like, and then I was thinking like, we got bigger, taller, like Kia Milton, Laura, Viv, Gerda. We have bigger posts than they do. And then of course on the perimeter, we're taller than Silas Sword, we're taller than Holloway, we're taller than Olsen, except for obviously Malia and London. But don't dismay about London, because London, plays way bigger than herself anyway. Jacob, scrappy little team, they should be able to squeak into the tournament or two. I believe they're 9-3. Olsen is good too. Yeah. So, I have a dynamic freshman. I have a really dynamic freshman that has been, coming in early. It was a tough game physically, a defensive team that was doing anything they could to stop us, which was Washington. And we were kind of like in a defensive-minded mode against them as well. But when we needed that first bucket just to get us off the ground, it was Jazzy. And when Jazzy gets going downhill, you can't stop her. So Jazzy on, I think, AZ would be good. Ken and Kara can switch off on Sarah Strong. Now, there's a player for UConn that I think will be somebody we have to keep an eye on. And that's Blanca Quiones. Getting second 50-50 balls, second chances. She likes to drive to the hole. She's gonna rebound. She's gonna put stuff back up. All that kind of good stuff. We gotta keep our eye on her. We gotta have a weapon that as she comes in, who do we bring in? Okay. So, and there's going to be times I think the judge is going to be at the point. Okay? So, Tula, I hope you heard everything I said. Tell me what I said, if you can, that you might disagree with. And I'm really just saying that you know, the glazing, the gimmick of saying that we'll lose by 40. We're scared. Let's, as fans, let's be nervous. Ain't nobody walking in. I haven't seen anybody walking into uh, preseason stomping a ranked team yet. Have you? You don't think Ken can guard Sarah? If Sarah is at the top of the key, listen to what I'm saying. It's different than her posting her up. Okay, so um, yeah, so Kennedy Gardner, if she want to play at the top, and if we go zone, Kennedy's at the top, and that's where Sarah's going to be. If she want to post up, then that's fine. We'll just have Gerda and Kara handling her down low. Gretchen Dolan is nice. Chew on that one, nice, huh? What are we talking about that for? So my point is we stay as close as we can, um, all the way into the fourth, the way that we did with I think South Carolina didn't probably take off to the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. Probably, like we're close because it was like they were down more than 10 points to Michigan towards the end of the game, and they closed the gap, and they closed it with 3-pointers. So that means our 3-point shooting has to be stellar, and it has to be around 40-45%, along with everything else we do. And I think our defense is probably one of the tops in the Big Ten, and pretty good in the country. So they haven't seen anything like that, like our defense. And like I said, I think the way it was like, really, I never noticed that Michigan played a zone. Michigan played a zone when they came back. Go back and watch the game carefully. When they are down, they they uh, they 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 were in a zone, and then they threw in some pressing, okay, to cause UConn to turn the ball over. So all of these things are pretty much, you know, in our tool belt, within our reach to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that this is, if JuJu were playing, I wouldn't even be struggling right now to feel that, because the gravity wouldn't be, it would be hard to stop the JuJu Jazzy parallel thing, and would open it up for everyone else. But it would be really hard to stop the two of them. Louis, Sarah didn't score a lot in the second half, but she was really doing everything else. She didn't, and I believe you're talking about Michigan. She didn't do a lot, so she was preoccupied. She was playing defense. She was preoccupied with other things, right? AZ got hot, um, but like I said, if you get AZ to put the ball on the ground and move, that's good stuff. And then, you know, True, I'll be cool soon as long as we avoid a void. I don't expect to win against the champ without our best player in a rebuild season. That's cool, Tula. And you gotta understand, we played them without our best player. And we had, the difference was what? We had Kiki, and Rhea. Kiki didn't score when Rhea did. Avery, K9. I don't think I think I have replacements for those two. Um, so Um, so they're pretty much, I think it's pretty fair. They added Sarah. We added some. We added three. We've added three players. They don't have Paige. We don't have JuJu. So it's kind of like eh. And then you kind of know what we know what they're gonna do. Godly knows Gino's tactic, like, and vice versa. And we have we have better athletes than we had last year. So that's how I feel. I don't see how it could be a blow. I mean, unless it just happens like in the fourth quarter, Like, or what do you think? Like, they just get away and they just continue to build and build. I haven't seen Coach Godley lose more than 20 points in the last 2.5 years. I've never seen that. I've never, and we played the best, the top. We played UCLA several times. We played UConn. We played South Carolina now. Um, you haven't seen us play Texas. We played a good early season game against Notre Dame when we didn't know one another. They didn't blow us out. Like, who's gonna do that? Who's gonna just take off on us and just pound, 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 pound without us doing something defensively back? Tulip, I just said contain everyone else, and Sarah scored, but the issue is we can't score consistently. I don't know about all that, but that's Jacob's take. That's his opinion. He said we can't score consistently. I don't know. I mean, who do we lose to? We lost to Notre Dame. Really had that last minute shot that she just couldn't put back in. You know, it was just a great play. Didn't make it. We lost to South Carolina. Any team can beat any team. That's what I say. Any team can beat any team on any given day. Last year's champ included. If any team can do it, I'm not sure why it wouldn't be the Trojans. South Carolina and Notre Dame, that's all we lost to. Do you have more confidence in the offense or the defense? Great question. Great question. I have, it's almost even. I have more confidence defense, but I have, when we played a really tough game and Kennedy, stuff started falling and she had 13, she had a double-double. And Gerda had 8 and 8 on her way to a double-double. Seeing that happen really made me feel good. And then seeing London and Jazzy, Jazzy's 22, and I don't remember what London had. That really made me feel really good. So, because they were playing a lot of defense. They were playing tough defense, and to still like hang in there and was scoring the way they were, I was very excited about it. This is going to be a good watch. USC needs a miracle for me. For me too. I have some advanced data I'll comment for you. Absolutely, because when I saw CC Clay do it, it gave me like. And then when I saw the advanced metrics, and then I saw how Michigan played them, and what I felt was the chink in the armor, that a lot of people can't just wake up and improve in a couple of weeks, is a zone. If you're struggling with a zone, you're going to struggle with a zone. And we have different athletes than they do. To do that zone a little longer. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I saw something that said USC hit with bad news, but it was before the Alamo, so they must be talking about football. Okay. All right. Tulip's gonna go player by player. Okay, I'll read it. Tulip, if y'all can beat UConn, I know damn well Iowa won't be able to. I think on the 20th. Yeah, they told me on Twitter they're gonna beat your ass, and I was like, damn. They're like, don't worry. Everybody loves JuJu. If y'all lose, we gonna beat Iowa. I was like that. I didn't even know they had anything against UConn and Iowa had anything going on. I didn't really even know that. If anybody can upset, like Will said, if anybody can upset this team, is we're known for doing craziness like that. We're known that, like, if you allow us to get close enough to you, we're gonna bite. We're gonna strike and we're gonna bite. Hold on, my thing is, I just noticed my background is called where mirrors. Why is everything different now? But I'm waiting for you to. I'm just looking to fix my. background and how it's like got everything flipped the wrong way. See, they changed streamer. I don't like it. Where is this one? Mirror. Oh, there it is. Mirror my background. There. Now that's better. Okay. All right. Okay. Number one, Malia is 81st and 91st percentile for blocks and steals, but just 17th percentile for 2-point percent. I think that's shooting. I think her on and off offensive rating is really bad, so she needs to finish inside for real. Got to play with some effort and energy as Michigan did. And we be doing that. Not to say that SC can't. Michigan plays hard for 40 minutes. Ju, keep that close tomorrow. You already know RC. Who's gonna play Sila? Not even worried about her. Sila. We're playing UConn. I can't switch. If you're talking about the Hawkeyes, we're not talking about that right now. Don't change subjects yet, Jacob. We're talking about UConn and USC right now, okay? They focus. So, and RC, Jazzy doesn't guard the best shooter on the team, not necessarily. She's not gonna guard somebody that moves around a lot. Like that's Kennedy's job. I'm waiting, Tula. That's hard. I know you're going to try to type all that in. That's going to be a lot. But like you guys said, keep it close. Play with high energy. I particularly feel throw a zone if you're down. Don't show zone right away. If we get out of the gate, because Michigan was down. They got out on the gate. Michigan's so tough. I don't know if you guys really were watching. They got out. They had Michigan by but it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like Michigan was doing anything wrong. The shots, things weren't working. Things weren't falling. And then the adjustment to go to zone, for whatever reason, you kind of, which really shocked me, really didn't like that. Which was really, I was really checking that out, and I was like, they don't even have people on the perimeter as tall as we do. Could you imagine if we did zone with our hands up? The idea is 85% for 2-point scoring, but just 34 for 3-point. 80 percentile for 2-point scoring, and just 34 for 3-point. That 34 is good. So she has to improve with her 3-ball is fine. If it's 34, 35, that's what you. No one is really like higher than that except for people that's really their specialty. Her blocks are 99. You damn right. Most blocks in the entire conference as a guard. She got 21 of those. Needs to work on turnovers. Yes. And we'll give her that right now. Where's RC? Did he change his name again? Yes. Cool Water. His team doing good. Well, everybody, it seemed like, thought that Iowa was going to beat Iowa State, WashU. And I never saw that. No, Ju, percentile is not percentage. She's in the 34 percentile, meaning there's 70-something percentile more people that are higher than her, right? Is that what it means? Let me know. Or is it the other way? Percentile means she lands against the rest best player in D1. 100% means the best. Yeah, 100% means the best. 1%. So she's at the bottom. If 100's here, she's 34. There's 76% more people. Yeah, I got it. Better than her. 64. Sorry, not 70. I'm sorry, 60-something more percent. But Iowa State, because I'm still waiting on Tulip. I'm still reading her stuff. Iowa State was a great game. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Because that confirmed to me that I don't mind speaking up on behalf of Audie Crooks to be a front runner for National Player of the Year. I don't have a problem. Exactly. So she had to improve her 3-ball turnovers, right? Absolutely. Now that's the same thing with JuJu. I should have laughed now. I ain't you fake USC. Y'all lost the game, but personally for me, Gamecocks fake USC. But her inside scoring and mid-yard lead, as well as her stocks, which is steals and blocks, right? So the stocks are steals and blocks. Ju, I love how you rock with your team through thick and thin. Absolutely. Next year, y'all will be a dream team. I already know it. You're riding hard this year. Yes, I love. Oh my! It's something really endearing about these girls. It's really so. You guys have no idea. Like without JuJu playing, when we played a Big Ten team such as Washington, we down there are 7,000 people. We only hold 10 for Washington for a number 20 something top 25 team, but in the 20s. We had 7,000 people there. So if we were only there to see JuJu, we would average 3,000 to 2,000, somewhere around there, right? But it's something endearing about Leah, Kennedy, Jazzy, Kara, Gerda, Viv, Laura, London, Kia Milton, Ryan Forster, Brooklyn Shambles, Viv Awakachu. I just love them. I just love these girls. Like, they are just, you root them on. You look to see every week them get better and improve and develop and come together in a sisterhood of chemistry to watch Coach G receive her 100th win at more than any coach at USC women's basketball in just a short amount of time is impressive. Taking our team and bringing them back into the forefront to where you're curious to watch how we play against UConn. Even as we're rested in the 16th spot, even as we roll to 8, roll to 11, roll to 16, those people that are above us, they better look out, because there's no reason why we can't. Because when the SEC start beating on each other and somebody pops up in the SEC and lose to Vanderbilt or lose to Oklahoma, meet each other, start jumping around and dropping down, or we're sitting up here, we turn around and we beat Iowa that's ahead of us, and then we beat Maryland that's ahead of us, and then we just before that we shock UCLA for whatever reason, because we're playing such great competition that we go in to UCLA and we knock them off, and that jacks up the order. Now, they wouldn't shoot us to no number 3 or number 4 like that. They would say, no, you still got to play Maryland. You still got to play Iowa. And you still got to play Michigan. They want to see us boom, boom, boom. If we get one game from UCLA out of the 2, and then we walk into the tournament like last year. Well, actually, last year we were regular season. We won the regular season because we beat UCLA twice. But we go in like tied or what have you for Big Ten. Or it just comes down to us again playing UCLA for the championship. It'd be great if that would happen, because then, that might make us a number 2 seed, a 3 seed. I watched UConn get to the Final Four from being a 3 seed. So all I'm saying to you is, like, don't be surprised if we beat Iowa. Don't be surprised if we beat Maryland. Don't be surprised if we beat Michigan, because I'm not afraid of Michigan. If this team continues to grow, develop, and get better chemistry wise and really just get on all cylinders with our seniors and everything, there's no reason why I don't feel like we, can't get one from UCLA or even be second behind them. I'm serious. RC plus they got Jada and Addie Crooks. That's dangerous. Yeah, Jada, Addie Brown, and Audie Crooks. 90% of the time, I feel like the teams with most impactful skilled players tend to win. I agree with that. I agree with that. The superstars. Like, you got to have a player that, honestly, that can take over a game. There's a big game player. Like, it just is what it is. It is what it is. When you have that superstar. Rebecca Lobo did it. Cheryl Swoop does it. Caitlin Clark did it. JuJu Watkins does it. Who else was like that? Do you want the stats for any other Trojan? Give me one. Kennedy. So, when you have players that do something that's special, like everybody knows London is a game away from 8 straight threes. Kennedy is like a game away from hell, a triple double if she wanted to. Like, she crazy. Like the most block, I think the Jazzy was like 22 points is her highest this year. But she can go higher than that in scoring. But she had like 8 blocks. Like, what was it, guys? Was it 8 blocks? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, she can go off defensively and rebounding too. When she knows, and UConn is not particularly dominant on the rebounds because somebody needs to come in there and help. Sarah is the deal with that. When you don't have anybody to contain Audie, you're finished. Cool, RC. But Iowa has some size. But they didn't have any size. Ava Aiden was in foul trouble, and Hannah Stokey couldn't handle big wide bodies, the strength of Audie. What is destroyed? Is that like more than 20 points, girl? Just give me your prediction. Like 30 points, or be like how they destroyed you guys last year, around something like that. Like how they destroyed South Carolina. That was destroyed. Kara Lawrence is all smiles now with Team USC. Yeah, Carlos, it was all smiles now. I know, I saw that. I saw that. You know what it is? When I saw her today just speaking, and like she knows she's talking to professionals. Like, I don't know, she wasn't giving no speeches, no philosophy speeches. Maybe she does that somewhere else. But you done butchered her name. Lawson, yeah, RC. Carl Lawson, yeah. UConn 88. 88. And then USC 52. So they got that much defense to stop us and to hold us to 52? Okay. RC, we know you typo. Did you talk your shit, Dad? I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. And it's so funny because it's like, I'll say this. I'll say this, Tulip. I'm going to say this, Trojan fan, faithful. Trojan faithful. That's who, if you're a Trojan fan, you're a Trojan faithful. Trojan faithful. Let these people get their rocks off now. Let them get their jollies. And because you know why they do it. Because they're nervous as hell when JuJu come back. And what we got coming in with her. They nervous as hell. They probably won't even come on my show when we get going next year. So, but we're faithful. We're faithful to the team. We're faithful. I'm faithful to After JuJu leaves, they're like, well, what you gonna do with JuJu leave? What you gonna do with JuJu leave? We're gonna have special K. We're gonna have special Kalina Smith, Jazzy, Kennedy. Like, what the hell you think we're gonna do? We're gonna keep going and keep recruiting the best. Because once you get going and you start showing that you are of championship caliber, USC is an attractive university to attend. When you live in Los Angeles or in the country and you're a Trojan family, there is a certain cronyism. There is a certain type of, you're going to get that interview. You're going to get that job. Of course, you got to be qualified. Of course, you got to prove it. But you're going to get that door open for you, period. And they look after each other big time. Viv is a great offensive rebounder, but a bad defensive rebounder. She can work on that because we need more old board stuff. We need more old boards from her. Viv is really efficient on the inside. I like how she's improved a lot as well. Yeah, she's been improving like she came out the gate, and then she had this really game that she's trash. Because I was like, what's going on with her? And then she got right back on track and figured out what she needs to balance herself. So I was good. So I think USC always gives a great game, and you can't lie. Every time you look at us and you think this year without JuJu, you think like, well, they're gonna get blown out. They're just gonna roll over, and just give up. We don't do that. I see it being a close game. I see it being like we're gonna give. We have more size, but I also feel like we're gonna shoot really great. Those girls are relaxed. They're ready to go. We got the energy of the crowd. Well, it's sold out. It's gonna be hella loud, and we're gonna. It's televised. The best of the best will be there. It's gonna be the biggest stage for them to play on, good or bad. And the beautiful thing about it is we're not expected to win. Do you know how when you're not expected to win, do you know the pressure is not on us? I love the fact that you guys are like, wow, you're gonna get your ass kicked. It's so funny to me because I'm like, why are you so that and then we get off the bad start. And then you say stuff like that, but Michigan got off to a bad start. That was 25-2 the first quarter. And ended up losing by 2. So something about UConn, what is it? Louisville is ranked under us, right? They were right there with UConn. Why is that? I think it depends on it's the matchup, Tulip. I think everybody's minutes changes. It's a collective thing, and we're trying to find where she fits in, how we match up. Depending on who we play is how the matchup and how we're going to play Deanna. You know what's funny? We have more size in Michigan and nearly beat UConn. We have more size than Michigan. You talking about last year? Jacob? We're doing whiteout tomorrow, so we have to wear all white. But I'm thinking about wearing the Kennedy shirt. Should I wear the Kennedy shirt? I mean, that's about as white as I can go. Thank you, girl. Which is true, right? Oh, this year? Why did you say we haven't played either one of them? We have more size than Michigan, and then Michigan nearly beat you. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I don't know. I think it must be delayed for you guys when I said that. Sorry, Jacob. Yeah, I was saying that we have more size than Michigan. We're tall. We're 6 foot around. Going all the way around. If we were to go all, depending on how we go across and how we play. I don't even care that Malia is the height she is because, she gonna tear up Heckle. She gonna be in KK's shirt, and when she drops down, you know how she likes to steal the ball. She ripped it out of what's her name, Avery Howe's hands. USC Trojan game is on Fox Television beginning at 2:30 Pacific time, and JuJu is at the USA training camp. She's smiling. She's interviewing. She's explaining what she's doing now. She's up to dribbling. She said in her progress, where she's progressed to, ball handling, dribbling, shooting. Which is December, which is about where you should be. So January, February, March. She's running some. She's probably running some, jogging some. But like physical play, physical contact with them, be like March. If she can get on the court and run through drills if they needed her to do that. Maybe she could be on the floor. But hey, we just want to be careful. I ain't trying to do nothing crazy. Nothing is impossible. Also, nothing is wrong with being realistic. UConn are supposed to win, but upsets can happen. But see, they're supposed to win. But my argument is I've never seen them like get blown out. I've never seen them, just give up like that. Like they would have to like give up or just can't figure it out. Or they just have this, like UConn just has this dynamite game, because like let's say AZ's 25 and Sarah's 50. What is the rest of the team capable of scoring? An outstanding game for them would be the rest of the team would be scoring another 50 or another 30. And it's not, that we can score 80 something. So when they've scored 88 to 100 points, what has non-ranked teams scored while they've done that? And just imagine we're ranked and we're better than the non-ranked teams. So that's why I don't see a blowout. I want the Trojans to blitz strong, right on. Pull them out of the paint. Make sure they're one and done on the offensive glass. I like that. The Trojans will win. And I'm telling you, if they were to take a lead, then we'll go to zone. If they don't have a lead, we don't need to go to zone. We need to keep doing what we're doing. But when we start blitzing and putting our press on them, they better goddamn be ready. JuJu gonna be in the building? Nah, JuJu, big JuJu right here. JuJu's in North Carolina. Can't wait. Yeah, Precious after watching UConn play lost to USC live in action. Yeah. UConn, a two-way play monster. Different strokes for different folks. It takes all kinds. I want the Trojans to push Trump with my. Yeah. I just, you're at home. You have nothing to lose. They know how we are in the stands. They were shocked that the fans was born Avery. Poor little Heckle might have to stay over there on the bench unless she gonna grow up real fast. Or we might be like not that way with K9. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be crazy in there. So I'm excited to see what there's the runner-up, if I'm not mistaken. No. I am mistaken. I don't think Sarah Strong was runner-up to JuJu. No, I don't think she was. Okay. I'm excited to see Sarah Strong, AZ in person. That's the only two I'm excited to really see that play in person, to see with my own eyes, like their skill level, like to where I'll really come back and say to you, like, yep. As much as WNBAs I've watched, as much as the greats that I've watched, much of the greats I've seen in college, play in person, Let me see this kid, and I can pretty much tell you, like, you know what? They're only at the floor. They're only at the medium. They're at the ceiling of their, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't take possessions off. Their motor is high. She doesn't have any weak spots. Like, when I look at Sarah. And then AZ, I already know AZ's a mechanical shooter. I already kind of get where she's going. I think she's kind of slow footed. But I love her effort. I love her energy. I love her smarts. I love her, you know, release on her shot. But what happens if you got to make her play defense? Like, a lot. Does she have the energy, the motive to pull her to shoot the way that she does? After that. Do I think we should run a double big lineup with Gerda, Sarah, then on Sarah? I think you're going to see a lot to it. I wouldn't be surprised at what you see that you might see that at some point. You know what I mean? Because some analysts say, I don't want to get in a running game with them, which I'm not afraid of. I don't want to get in a transition game running game with them. Or if, I guess if you want to get into half court offense, so many ways you're going to do this, but people like Kara and Ken and Malia and London, they have to make the shots if that's what you want to do. Because Sarah gonna be blocking some folk down low, trying to go back up. You don't know how to put it down and go back up stronger, that you gonna get blocked. Big Sarah too. Sarah Williams does it too. But you got to shift them out. Like bring Sarah strong out. Get Sarah Williams out of the paint so that how we kept slipping. We were outsmarting the hell out of the Gamecocks. We were slipping Viv like a mug. They never saw Viv slipping like that. And the thing that happened with the Gamecock at the beginning of that game was the 2 quick fouls that Jazzy had. She never had a chance to get in rhythm, to get through her nerves. That ain't the same kid a month ago that's playing now. She ain't gonna come in this game being scared. She just not. So I look at the scores of Michigan and Louisville. They gave up 66 and 79 points. That's what I'm saying, Jacob. Then we can score 60, 69. That we average 72 points. So that's right around where you're going to give us that many points. That means we need to shut them down with their average. Like if they go on and if we go on and score 79, 69, 70 some points, and they score 80 something to 90, well, hell, you just got more offense than us. Because you sure didn't shut us down offensively. You didn't shut us down defensively. And obviously our defense is just not enough. That's what it would probably come down to. But I brag about our defense. So I want to hold them under a certain amount. And see, I agree with Farrell on that. Because he's full of shit. He did that. Well, usually what he does, Farrell, is he picks on the weakest link. Like he picked on Padilla, JuJu's freshman year. He picked on her. Paige kept her. I was like, Paige, you're so weak. Last year he did the same thing. Paige was attacking K9. He'll look, if you got a weak link on the floor, he will. And Jazzy is not the weak link. He's not gonna mess with her. He can't. He has no one to do that. But if you got a weak link on the floor, that's who he's gonna attack. He's old school with that bull. To find out what if you will, for me, what does UConn average this year against ranked teams, not regular. Their regular average is 91, but overall ranked teams, what do they average? Tell me if you will. They didn't play cupcakes, Jacob. They played decent teams. Yeah, tell me ranked though. Tell me ranked. Because I don't believe that they averaged no 91 against Louisville. What was the score again against Louisville and Michigan. 70? That's something. The Huskies averaged 39% from three this season. Oh yeah, that's about right. 39%. That's not bad. 72-69. See, that looked like a score that I'll take right there. But I think we're better than Louisville. We are better than Louisville, so that's why it's going to be. I want to see a 2-3 like we always do. Every time we lose to them, it's by 3, 4, 5 to 2 point like that. It's not by much. But of course, we have the great JuJu Watkins. But we don't have her this year. But we have more. We have to make up for her. We have Kara, London, and Jazzy. Is my point. We just won't just have one person, you know. But we need the JuJu's defensive aggressiveness and intensity from the team itself. Someone that knows how to make plays like Malia will do. Like she'll come out of nowhere and steal the ball. Jazzy will come out of nowhere and make a block. Ken Dog will come out and make a steal and block. You know, but when we do it, we need to convert. Ohio State 100, yeah, but Tulip, they're not ranked, and they have 72. But see, this is where I want to be, right? Because I think we're around where Michigan is ranked high in the top. I really think that we are that type of team. Like we are a team that can make the Elite Eight. Like if we really want to, and we can't, like we have that type of skill set towards the end of the season because all of these tough games are going to prepare us. Like we by the time we're finished, we would have played UConn, UCLA, South Carolina. We won't play Texas. We won't play LSU. We won't play Oklahoma. But we'll play Maryland. We'll play Michigan. We are playing some of the top 10 teams. We won't play Iowa State. We're going to play Iowa, though, because Iowa was 10, 11, I think. And I think Iowa State was 10. We are playing the top 10 teams. I told, that's what I said, Farrell. Ohio State is not good. Xavier isn't very good. Florida State isn't very good. Utah, Florida, yeah, I agree with you, yeah. Loyola Chicago isn't good. Ohio, they're ranked 21. Not when were they ranked 21 when they played them? What are UConn's weaknesses compared to UCLA? I felt like their weaknesses is scoring in an off zone, and they don't break. Their guards are weak, in my opinion. Their front court is stronger than their back court. Their guards are average, and they're not tall. Shea, KK, AD is the tallest, being a wing, and I don't think they can. They do well breaking presses. They turn over the ball. Like they don't rebound well. They're not like top. I thought they would be stronger in rebounding than they are. They're now not at the time, but you're correct. Yes, thank you. I know who they played. It's not an LSU conference though. USC better come like they never see you guys. Tulip, that to whatever. Why do we have to come like you guys? UConn has showed kinks in their armor to me. Like they're not dominating anybody per se. You feel me? Like I think Texas can beat them. I think there's more depth in Texas. You know what I mean? I think Texas has more of a bench. Like I know they're number one in the country, but the gap between them and Texas is not that much. And the win between Texas and South Carolina, who we played early in our season and lost by 17, is everybody is getting better. We got better too. Hopefully everybody got better. So if we lost by 17 and they lost by Texas by 2, Texas got votes for number 1. So they're pretty close to. So that means, like, do the math. That UConn should beat us by over 20. But they play different styles. They're not as they don't got like the big body. They don't got a person like Raven that can guard the way she does against uh, other guards in the country. In my opinion, I'm not afraid of the defense. Okay, KK is the one. Like, she was the one that, like, whose defense off the bench, like, you better watch her. But now that she's starting, she's playing point, it's a lot for her to give all that. That's why K9 had to come in. I hope USC wins, but the noise is going to be too loud if they beat the Gamecocks. If they beat the Gamecocks. Who beats the Gamecocks? If we beat UConn, I will be like ecstatic. But I don't think they would, like, they're not going to shoot us to number 1, guys. I just don't see that happening. If JuJu was there, yeah. Yeah, Blanca Quinones is the one I fear. I fear, like, and that's where I think Jazzy and Blanca should guard each other at some point. 2 freshmen, because Blanca is making a quiet case, sleeper case of, like, a dark horse of, like, outside dark horse of being, like, freshman of the year. Tell me what you think. Yeah, Tulip. Low key, she is. Yeah. Blanca better than 3 other stars. Keep it low key, though. Keep it low key. You can see an upset. I just can't wait, you guys. I'm gonna turn on. I got this little thing on my phone. I got this little, like, tripod handle. I'm gonna try to have my phone charged, and I'm gonna click on, because I did it a couple of times, but you guys didn't see me. But keep your YouTube open, keep your notifications. But I don't know if it will go to it. It should pop up. But I'm gonna go live, and you guys gotta say something. Let me know if you see it. I'll let you feel and see what's going on, and on and on. So I've said that since the start of the season. Blanca is their X factor. Yes, yeah. I'm gonna be so Tulip. I'm gonna get so irritated that Blanca is flying around. Like, I'm gonna be so irritated with her being the X factor. I'm serious. See, Blanca's gonna have to guard Jazzy if she can. Jazzy is long as hell, guys. She is slippery down the slope. Like, I don't know who's gonna guard her. AG probably. Yeah, AG probably do some veteran trickery on her. KK too small. I see an upset, but I don't believe that UConn really has a bench. I don't think they have a bench. That's what we're talking about, King Lion. We don't. Me and Tulip say Blanca's the bench, and Heckle and Alfie. Yeah, that's the bench. USC by 5, 78-73. Oh, I would love that. I would love King Lion, but I would feel like I'm not surprised. I would feel that way. If the JuJu was there, this wouldn't be a conversation. It wouldn't be. I don't think they have anything to stop her, and it would free up Jazzy in so many ways. But Jazzy, I love that Jazzy's being thrown in the fire. I do, and she's coming out swinging. She's holding her own because Because the way we want to be moving and hauling ass next year, we need her to experience what she's experiencing. Because it's going to feel a whole lot less lighter on her. She's still going to be our go-to girl, even more than Ju. Like, there's so many ways Jazzy can score. And she has a nice 3-ball. It's just wet. Now, Auntie, you know USC has no chance in hell winning this game. Billy, my chat said this. They know how we get down sometimes. And you got so much faith. And Billy, you got too much faith in UConn. They have to come to us. It's a travel game. And I was explaining to you what I felt Michigan did to stay as close as they did. You know, and if they haven't fixed that, knowing what to do with a zone or a press, you don't know what the Trojans can do in December. You know, I don't know what UConn will look like later, but trust me, Michigan are 6 for almost beating them. So if we beat them, we got to jump Michigan. Man, you ain't lying. Michigan will have to play up to out of their minds to beat us. Like, and we have to, like, we will make the game real tough for them. Is all I can tell you. It's just, you know, it's just gonna be like the way Washington. It's like it ain't gonna be a real offensive minded game. But it's gonna be real, like, that's just how we're gonna grit things out, you guys. We have to. The Trojans are gonna have to come out fast like they did the last time. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I know what you're saying, King Lion. I think we woke up like second quarter. But I mean, you're right. We've been having some slow starts, right? I agree. Now that's the energy I'm talking about. Upset. Why not? Why not, Millie? Why not? We don't have nothing to lose. That's so they have more to lose than we do. We're not playing with any, but you don't expect us to win. You just said it. That's that. We know that. But when we're in the Galen Center with our girls feel superhuman, and our girls went out of the state and won big games. Like, they show up big. They don't even like need us. They see us just like. But when they come home, like, we just love on them. Our biggest issue is the shooting. If Ken and Malia make those shots, like Ken do, like she did the other night in the midst of stealing, blocking, lockdown defense, rebounding, she get that 13 and 10, something to that effect, like she used to. Yeah. Her anaerobics has gotten a lot better. I don't see her laboring as much, and we're able to give her a break on the bench to come in and to have a break. So that's a good thing for Ken, because everybody, that's one thing about us, where our bench is a lot deeper than you think. And they're very athletic over there. Our schedule has been way harder. They ain't beat nobody good. Exactly. Our schedule has been hard. I love it, though. I love that it's been hard. And it's going to get, because it's going to prepare us for the Big Ten. It's going to prepare us for the Big Ten. I saw, because at first I was like, dang, now I got to worry about Iowa. But then when I saw Ava Hayden, and I said, oh, it's just Ava Hayden and really kind of like Hannah Snokey down there. I was like, okay, so Jan will probably have some kind of good screen and movements and all this kind of stuff. Like, she going to have to come out, and really play like a cerebral game. But if you want to go mano-a-mano, like physical, athletic type of game, I think we got the bangers. They only beat Notre Dame. We should have beaten. Yeah, I know we could beat Notre Dame. And that whole thing that went down, like we let that lead go, and then we drew up the right play, and Daddy just couldn't knock it down. And Ken did everything she could. I think if we a little bit better officiating, like Hannah's not making clean rips, she's actually fouling, but just that particular game, we drew up the right play for Daddy, and she just missed it. And then we were just gonna have to. And then really, really the shot that Hannah made, it was like great defense, better offense, and it was like a luck shot. I mean, she tried to make it. She leaned over to the side and she threw it up, and hey, it went in. The luck of the Irish. But if I were to see them again, even like last year, I knew if I see them again with Ken Dog on the court, I was like, they're not the same toward the end of the season, so I don't really worry about them at all. Drew Lord needs a lot of work. Yeah. I think I want to keep all of them though. I want to keep all of them and add Sataya, and maybe another big for next year. Like you guys keep saying, because I was like, why do we need another big body? Then it's like it couldn't hurt. Oh, tell them what Malia told me. Oh, Malia was like, I asked her about that steal in the open court when they went one four low or flat or what you guys four across, whatever you guys want to call it. And so Malia she's coming down and she tries to like spin on Hannah Hidalgo, and Hannah grabs her with the left arm, but she's reaching for the ball with the right, and so she gets to steal. But the whole time, you know how somebody's stealing, you spin and you're trying to bring your left over to grab it, you know. And I asked her about that play directly. She's like, "Yeah, she's fouled me. She grabbed me," and I was like, "I saw that." And she said she fouled me a lot, like she had like scratches on her. I think her forearm is messed up right now. But that's, I mean, if you can get away with it, then I guess do it. I mean, I don't like it, but I see, like, it'd be like, yeah, Hannah's very feisty. She's like, she down there bites you, bro. Like, she's like doing a lot. But I mean, she's not getting like all the time clean steals at all. But hey, they don't call it. That's probably why her and Cody was getting into her. Well, I don't know if it was Cody. It was somebody on their team that was getting it, technicals and stuff because like she does it and then she, you know, yapping about it and it just, you gotta like, I guess, ignore her or she gonna piss you off. But she takes herself out of the game way more than anybody that she's taking somebody out of the game to me, in my opinion. We don't want to get into an emotional game. Like we don't have like we don't Ken Dog may when Ken Dog has like JuJu, if she played you before and she lost, and the next time she sees you, she has an agenda to win. But we don't have anybody like except for Soleil, but we don't have anybody that would be hate and we're ready to fight. Like if you come at the Ken Dog wrong, are you talking mess? I've seen her like with Maryland, some shit from Maryland. She's like, who you talking to? Like, who you talking to? She gonna get at you like that. But we don't really have a team that we just like nobody that we just any minute there's gonna be a brawl. That you're gonna take us out of our character. We're gonna get technicals. Like we don't really have that with anybody. It's like they are very composed, very level headed, very very professional. Ju, when you talk to Ken, does she give off that she trusts the process and will be with us? Yeah, yeah, yeah. She does. She does. Her thing is, everyone I know that has known her since Ken is very hard on herself. Uh, she's really like, or in her own head, and it's better than last year. Um, she gets because she has no time to put her head down anymore. Like we need her too much. Like we need her leadership too much. Like we can't have you get inside yourself or want to do things perfect. Like that's why we love on her so much because. But yeah, no, her mom, she's a single parent. She lost her father, so you know, um, She's not gonna leave her mom and go across the country somewhere, like to play somewhere else for what? Like, no. That's my thoughts and that's my opinion. But every time I see her, like, she reached out to me when I was talking to her to hug her, and then she seen me again when she come by and she gave me that high five. Like I told her, I told her I had a minute. I just told her how much we appreciate her. We see you, like I said, there's people on my chat, there's people on Twitter that send like love to you, like they think you are the dog, like Ken is fun and fun loving and very loose and like she's just so funny. Like you gotta have somebody like that on your team, and that's her. Like she gives our team so much like character, you know. Like just like she's a sweet kid. She's a woman, that lady. I keep remembering. I'm just so old, so I call her my kid. So I'm older, but she's a good kid. She's a good young lady. All of them really are. So I can't wait. Tomorrow I'll get there. You know what I can do? You know what I'll do, guys? I'll hopefully I'll get inside early like I normally do, because what they're doing is stretching and just shooting around, messing around, and then they get together with the head assistant coaches and they start like maybe doing a little bit of like um, or more organized. It gets a little bit more organized, getting more organized. But what I really like watching warm ups is because I can see who's hot. You know, they're taking their outside shots. They're taking their outside shots, and sometimes like they're just bam, 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 or somebody's just off. So I'm like, ugh, somebody ain't feeling it today, or they're feeling it on that side of the court or that side of the court. You get a chance to see who's kind of like how they're doing today, who's bandaged up, you know, whatever the case. So I'll kind of like try to go live. Oh, her coach in college, uh, I wonder if something happened to him, but I did see him. He's a great coach, though. You gotta, you gotta see, you gotta go to the time that they did a story of her when she came to USC and to tell the team and everybody that she chose uh, to come to us, right? And her coach, when he speaks on her, he gets emotional, like, and I could tell that like the love that he has for her, and both of them. Kennedy is really emotional. She makes you cry. Like I cried because when he told the story, as you heard her mom and everything. I don't know if you ever seen it, Tula. It makes you tear up because I was like, oh wow, like like this was deep. This was real deep for her. My coach. Oh, I thought you said Ken. I do want to, but I do want to know Kennedy's coach name. My coach. She's not coaching anymore. My coach name was Leslie Milky, Milke, and my assistant coach was Paula Moran. They both played for Cal State Northridge. They both played for at the time before my group came in. They had the winningest record, and then we came in and eventually broke that season record, whatever it was. So Leslie Milky and Paula Moran, and then Gino. I can't remember his last. I think his name was Gino. We ended up in 1986. We got this male coach, best thing ever. He used to coach Cal State Late Men. Cal State Late Men, and came and coached the women. And I mean, it was having that male coach. I ain't gonna lie, along with the women coaches, but he was more of the X's and O's. Oh my gosh, he had us like hooping. Like he knew how to play us. He knew when to rotate us, substitute us, and depending on who we're playing, how we would match up. Like you didn't know if you would start necessarily or not. It didn't really matter, but it was all about matchup. So Leslie Milky, like if you go to chat GBT and you say put my name in and then say CSUN and then ask it questions about my career in both sports, it'll tell you. Like it'll start giving you an idea. You know what I compare. How did you do tulip in 100? And then you asked about Northern California too. How did you do in 100? Last one, I ran the 100 meter yesterday. The converted to 1200. Ooh, okay. So it's okay. So it converted to 12.15 yards. Okay. And you're, but I don't know. I'm happy with the two. But I meant to ask you, is it outdoor or indoor? Oh, you told me before it was outdoor. And it was like, how was the weather? And then what do you compare to in your age group? There's nothing you can do too. Like compare yourself to age group. Okay, I think it's time for me to go because Big Head. I don't know if you guys can see her, but she's starting to pop up, and she's wanting me to put some soft food in her thing. Say hi, Bougie. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Don't look at me. Look at the screen. Say hi. You see the doggy? Yeah. It's only 6:30. All right. I. How many times do you run? Goddamn. She gonna run in April. It was decent. Oh, 58. Look, I'm telling you, Tulip, when you run it in April, mark my words, you're gonna run faster. And the only reason I think you will, because it's gonna be warmer. You gotta have some warm weather. You gotta have like 70, 75, 80. You know what I'm saying? I ran at 100. I hate that, but you gotta have warmer than 58. Unless you're gonna warm yourself up, put some tights on. But you'll run faster when it's warmer, okay? But I like that time though. And it's December, so you're not even in top. You're not doing speed workouts like you'll do in March and April. Yeah. So you gotta remember like that you I in the in well I didn't that's the thing, that's what made me a unique athlete. Is I was in basketball. I'm not a year round track runner and I still had all American time. So for me, I think they were doing like conditioning, like 300, 400s, and 500s and things like that. So you're not doing your speed workouts yet. So that's why I think you're gonna dip for sure. Yeah, you just do it for fun, but we for fun. Like I didn't have a lot of time to do it, and I still like took my time. Like you have a goal, and you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna dip under that in April, and I'm with you. Congratulations, I'm with you because you haven't done those your sprint workouts. You haven't done your speed workouts, so you're good. You're just supposed to be getting strong right now. Oh yeah, you got one last 40, and we're out for Christmas break. Okay, one last 40. Okay, so we've talked enough about this. No fear. This is a no fear zone. Enjoy the game. Tulip, take yours. Look at it for what it is, how we can get better, and what we did good, and what we did well, and how we're getting ourselves ready for the Big Ten Conference. If we win, I think my really big question for the chat, people who popped in and say, y'all ain't gonna win, you better give it up. If we do, where should we be placed in the poll at that point? Where should we be placed at in the poll if we knock off the number one team? That'd be hilarious. I don't want to hear nothing from anybody about six, in my opinion. Okay. 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 Fair. 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 Okay. I think I know why you said that too. I think I know why you said that. It's so funny because everybody's scared. Everybody's scared to mess with LSU spot because you don't really know. You really don't know what LSU is gonna do. I can tell. What time should I aim for the 40? I'm not really a 40 runner. I never ran it. I only ran like 50s. Like, and I was like 7th grade. I don't know what my 40 time is. I would have to ask ChatGPT, like, okay, just based on what you're running right now. Okay, can you run in the 8s, 9 seconds? Can you get it? Can you run the 8s? Oh, okay. Well, give me like an 8 flat then. If you're better at the 40 and you're quicker at that, give me an 8 flat. Is that too much? I don't know what it was the last time. What was your time the last time, Tulip? So, when y'all get a chance, if you're not subscribed to me on Twitter, please go to, I think my name is under Julie Middleton, but look for Everybody Loves JuJu. Oh, 5 point. Okay, I should took off 10 seconds. Really, 5.3 seconds? I thought you said that was not the time when we talked about it. Cause like Deion Sanders, like those elite pros run like fastest is 4.2. Yeah, it looks like it looked like 40 is your thing. Why don't you go for 5.22? Looks like 40 is your thing. 5.36. Okay. I think I tried to remember the day that I did it. Maybe about 14 when I was 14. I think he did time me once, but I tried to remember what it was because people would act, football players would act. I don't know. We don't even. He doesn't tell us. He doesn't. I'm sure it was probably like a 3.36 or something, or four. No, not 3. Sorry. If you were in a 5.36, that gotta be in the 4s. You go for 5. Okay, 5.2. Bet. I believe in you, Phil. I believe in you, Tulip. All right. I'm gonna shut it down. Get something to eat. If I come back up later because I see you guys talking trash on Twitter or shooting out some doubt in my comments. Come back up. And we gotta shake it off. I want all positive energy for them tomorrow. I want all positive energy for the team. Please say something inside. Go to USC women's basketball Instagram. Wish them the best. They have nothing to lose. Nothing. All right. I can't wait till I get ready to go. I'm still trying to get my stuff together. Because it takes me like a couple hours to get there. I pick up my godson and things like that. It takes about 2 hours. So I gotta leave in the morning. But anyway, I'll peace out. I'll see y'all soon. Hopefully, if I don't do anything after, I'll be back and we can talk about it. But I don't think I'm gonna be severely upset. So to come back because I really want to hear what you guys have to say. But if we win, I'm gonna come back live tomorrow night. All right, peace out. We'll do our best. Peace out.